Hey everyone, today is Friday the 1st of March 2019. This is The Gap, episode 457. I'm Luke Lawrie, Joab Gilroy is here, and IGN is trying to sabotage this show.
Classic stitch up. Yes, I am a bit seedy. May have hit a bit hard last night at the IGN Awards, the Black Beta Awards party. They held that at the Star Casino. I didn't do any gambling, except with my health.
Right.
Yeah, just drank way too much. Nate was along. He wisely bailed. It's on like 11 o'clock.
You wouldn't know what time he left.
No.
Classic Nate fashion.
No, I did see him leave actually. It was still very smoke longy, but I think he was trying to get me to come with because I was already pretty sourced at that point. But I kept on for another 3 stupid hours. But yeah.
So what were the big winners of the night?
Red Dead Redemption was the big winner of almost everything. At one point, I may have drunkenly yelled out, "Just stay up the fucking front!" At Rockstar, because they kept walking all the way back to where they were posted.
Yeah.
And they'd walk all the way back down again. But yeah, apart from that. God of War, it seemed like Spider-Man, God of War, and Red Dead Redemption were almost the finalists for fucking everything. Like, everything.
Finalists, so they had like a runners-up, or was God of War and Spider-Man winning stuff as well?
So I think they both won a couple of things.
Right.
But Red Dead Redemption won the fucking bulk of everything. But yeah, it was good. They had a bunch of games set up as well. They had Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice.
Nice. So the first time you played it?
Hey?
First time you played it?
I didn't get to play it.
Oh, you didn't play it? Right.
The line for that, they had 2 stations. The line for that was honestly longer than fucking the line for the bar. Like, people were fucking hungry for that one. They had APUP, which is that Devolver game. That looked really cool. Surprisingly long line for that as well. A couple other games I didn't 100% recognize, and perhaps the first game we could talk about, I don't know, Trials Rising was cool. I want to jump on and fucking smash pricks, set some unbeatable ghost times.
Right.
But I did not. I was too busy binge drinking. Yeah.
Playing the drinking game.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good night. They put on a good event. Actually, speaking of good IGN events, there's a Rainbow Six one on next week.
Right.
And if you're listening and you're going, because I know they did like it's a public event. It's like the launch party for Burn Horizon.
Yep.
Come say hi because I will be there.
Right.
Yeah. I'm doing like Vox Pops interviews and stuff. Like with people, I guess. But I believe Fanatic's going to be there as well.
Yeah,
so.
I think the pros going.
Yeah. So yeah, that should be a good one. That's down at it's that fucking Wildlife World next to the aquarium. You know,
Wildlife World?
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
I don't know. You know the one down in fucking Darling Harbour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like fucking such an goofy Australian style location for it to be at. Hilarious. But yeah, so yeah, I'll be there. Should be fun. But anyway, Trials Rising. You been playing this?
Yeah. I've been on holidays, and only got back not yesterday, day before.
Yep.
Wednesday night, and so I've played a bunch of it. That's probably like the only game apart from Apex that I've been playing.
Yep.
I've put in a decent amount of time. I've basically finished all of the easy missions and beginner missions, and I'm hitting up the medium stuff now. So I'm like level 34 or 35, I think.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's
Put in some time.
Yeah, it's a good effort. It's about where I'm up to. Yeah, except you don't get like levels and stuff unless you complete a track. And
Yep.
I have been hunting all of the collectibles. Like, I basically don't move on from a track until I find the fucking collectible. and that will often involve literally just going over the same parts of like one fucking checkpoint over and over and over and over again until I've worked out what the fucking trick for that map is. I mean, there's some really tricksy fucking hiding spots for those collectibles, like some fucking involved shit you gotta do. And I think I've been overthinking it a touch to some extent. I've been like spiraling. I put up a video, I don't know if you saw it on Twitter, of me landing a sick uphill landing. Because I don't know if you've done the training missions, but uphill landing is, you should be about up to there if you're at level 33-ish. That should be.
I was doing it last night. Yes, yeah. Professor Fat Shady can go get fucked.
It's fucking rough, eh? First of all, I've got a quarrel. Okay, actually, that's second of all. First of all, every time you skip the fucking tutorial, because you're like, I don't know how to fucking do this. Shut the fuck up. Every time you do it, and he's like, oh, you don't need my help then. Well, let's see how you go. I'm like, fucking sassy motherfucker.
He is pretty sassy, yeah.
But yeah. Secondly, uphill landings, he says you want to land with both wheels making contact at the same time. That is categorically wrong. It is not the correct way to land an uphill landing because the suspension will bounce you and you will lose contact with the landing zone, and then you will like spring off. You won't be able to get any fucking friction, and so you'll spring off and fall down the fucking thing. You want to land on your back wheel and then put your front wheel down basically just after. You want to land on the back and then slam on the front, right? That's how you want to do it, because if you do it any other way, you will bounce off 100%. And I know this because there's a level where there's a fucking uphill landing type like board. There's this bell, and I just fucking spiraled out of control thinking that I'd be able to like go on the bell, right? I'd be able to like trigger the bell to drop the collectible or some shit. So I've looked everywhere else in this level and I couldn't find it. So I wound up like just fucking, full-blown spiraling. And I'm like, okay, so what I need to do, I think, is I just need to jump on the other side of this bell and I can drive up, and I bet it's hiding on the other side of it. So I literally spent an hour at least trying to land this one fucking jump. It was hundreds of attempts, like 400 plus attempts at landing this shit. And I know it was at like plus an hour plus, because after half an hour the track ends.
Right.
It just ends. It's done. And you have to start over. Did not finish. It's a did not finish completion. And I know it was 400 because I took note every time I had to reset, and I was resetting half an hour, 200 attempts roughly. So yeah, hour plus, 400 attempts. And I finally managed to stick this fucking landing, and I drove up and there was nothing there. I still haven't found that collectible, and it's still in my fucking head in. I just don't know where to look, eh? I went back and I went looking everywhere else, but just fucking no idea.
Yeah, I found one. I didn't know this was a thing until last night when I was playing. I found one in a balloon. Like, you jump into a balloon carriage and then it takes you up. And then there's a bunch of balloons, you jump across them.
Yep, I did that one. That's a decent shortcut. You get like a gold rating on the track by doing that, though. Did you finish the track?
Yeah.
Yeah, you finished the track doing that balloon skip, and you skipped so much of the fucking track, and you wind up I cut a fuck ton off my time.
Yeah, because it's like a giant ramp that just keeps going, and it's like, all right, fair enough.
Yep.
Wow. So yeah, that was the first time I found that one. But I was doing the uphill landing. Is that what the mission's called?
Yeah,
the tutorial.
Training, yep.
And I got to B, and I spent about half an hour on B.
Oh yeah.
Because there's 3 jumps. There's like 3, and I can't get the last one.
You have to do it 3 fucking times.
Yeah,
to get to
3 in a
A.
row.
You have to do like up, 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 and then you land, and then there's another fucking set of that. You have to do it again.
Yeah.
I got to that and I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah, I gave up. I was like, fuck you.
I don't give a fuck. Let me out.
Brad Hill can go get fucked. Yeah. Because up until that point, they're pretty... I felt like they were pretty easy. And then that one, I'm like, I am struggling a lot here. Like, I've literally spent about 40 minutes on that. Just that one section, trying to get from B to A.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm definitely not at that level yet. I've got to maybe practice a bit more.
It's, I think, like, if you could master it, you'd be... But that's like, super crazy pro shit. Like, that's those dudes who do, like, the ninja levels and stuff, and, like, how the fuck? Like, that's some impressive shit. These dudes spend, like, an entire, like, fucking map, an entire track on their fucking back wheel. Like, just fucking... It's like those fucking mad cunts who used to be able to, like, manual non-stop in Tony Hawk's. And you're like, how the fuck are you doing this? Before, like... And they weren't using the infinite manual cheat. But yeah, they'd like, you'd like put out this spectacular run and you hand the controller over and you're like, fucking beat that prick, and then the fucking end of the fucking time, the time runs all the way out, but they just keep manually and keep doing tricks, and you're like, you are fucking kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. It's good fun. The collectibles hunting is easily my favorite part of it. I got it on Xbox, and I feel so divorced. I feel so, like, separated from everyone else. Because I know you're on PC, Nate's on PC.
Yeah.
I played a lot of the previous one, Trials. I can't remember. Whatever the fuck it was called. Trials HD, was it? I played a lot of that, like, racing against Serrals, and but he's got this one on PlayStation. So does Adam Matthew from Official PlayStation. He's got on PlayStation, and I get to see their names in the leaderboard, and I can go find them, but there's no, like, connection. They're not on my friends list. If I go across to my friends list, there's just a couple of people there, Steve Farrelly and Stu Golan. Yeah,
Right.
and obviously it's, you know, it's easy to punt all of them, but I want, like, I want to punt everyone. I just want to fucking ruin everyone at this game.
I'm not sure why that's a thing, because even on mine, I've got, it seems like a couple of more people started playing it in the last day or so, but I was literally the first one in my list to play. And for whatever reason, I think it's got to do with the code that I was given. It's got me in the US as my region.
Oh, okay.
So, like, even locally, I can't see other people in Australia. It's just kind of matching me up against US players. But, yeah, it's kind of strange there's not pulling your friends list from Uplay as opposed to just... Like, you'd assume Uplay is, like, a central list, right? And it's just whatever platform you log into, then it just grabs it. But instead it seems to be platform specific, so I'm not seeing any console players. I'm just seeing people that are playing on PC by the looks of it, because I'm not seeing you on there or anyone else in my list. It was just me up until last night when a couple of other people started populating, and then it'll come up in the game and say, hey, you know, Grace Girl has done this on this map. Try and go beat this time or whatever. Yeah,
get revenge or whatever it is.
Yeah. But otherwise it's just populating my ghosts from the world, maybe? Like, sometimes it's hard to tell where it's getting that list from. Is it just other players, or is it weird in-game names? Because sometimes it seems like just in-game, like, randomly generated
As far
names.
as I can tell, there's only 3 in-game ones, because every time like, the first race I do when I play on Xbox, every single fucking time, the Xbox is still reconnecting to the internet, so it will put me in with the generics. And then after that, it will populate it with names from people around the world. It's, what is it, Bronze Baby, Silver Bullet, and Gold. something.
Yeah.
Those three, those are the bot names, and the others are actual real people.
Right.
As far as I can tell.
I think it's only just grabbing names though in certain circumstances, because I've done contracts in the game where it's like you need to finish this track in this amount of time, and it's like you need to do that 3 times, and you look at the actual times it gives you to beat, and it seems like they're always the same time,
What do you
but
mean?
it's generating different character like names.
Oh, okay.
Like it'll be like finish this in a minute 43, and then the next one is like finish this track in a minute 43 as well, and you do like 3 times, but it's always a different player, like beat
Right.
blah blah, and I was like, oh, that's strange.
That is
Maybe
odd.
it bugged out or something, but yeah, I just didn't really know what was going on there, because it was like do this beat somebody 3 times, but each time I thought, oh, it's going to get progressively harder. Like
Yep.
they've got a buffer of like a time in there, and I'll just pull someone that's had a time in that.
Well, that's what I'm
space.
that's what happened for me, as far as I can tell. The first
Mine
time
were the same 3 times over and
that's
over
weird.
again. I'm like,
That's
what
some
the
sort of bug or
fuck?
something. That's pretty weird. The first one I did of those, my first race was against someone who took fucking 4.5 minutes on track. I'm like, what the fuck? That
Yeah.
must have been collectible hunting or some shit.
Yeah, because I beat this one that it was like do it in whatever 2 minutes 14 whatever.
Yeah.
I smashing in the time by like 45 seconds each time. Like this is not challenging at all.
Yeah.
But I'll take the experience.
Yep. Yeah. That's a bit odd. It's a bit weird.
Yeah. And the contracts in general, I don't think is, I don't know, they're just not that engaging. It's a lot of, beat this track with 40 seconds left, or do 6 backflips. I don't want to do backflips. It's fucking dumb.
There's one where I had to do fucking 12 backflips and 11 front flips or some shit. And I literally...
Not stack it.
Hey?
And it's like, don't stack it, or don't.
Yeah, and no faults. And I literally just went to a ramp that I could drive back down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd do 1 backflip, roll back down,
Yeah.
backflip. Took me like, fucking 20 minutes. But,
Because there's
I
no
got it
time
done.
attached to it.
Yeah.
Well, the ones that I'm doing, at least, at the
No,
moment. So
I
you
did
just
one.
keep going.
I did one where it was like do 6 backflips and 5 front flips and beat this person. I'm like, you are fucked.
Yeah.
Good luck. I did it, but like, still, Jesus Christ, it's rough. Like, because it's a competitive Ghost. Like,
Yeah. They're not doing backflips. Backflips don't gain you anything in the game unless it's part of the track. Like,
yeah, they just
like something you need to do to get past this section.
add risk.
Yeah.
Just increase the chances that you whiff and fuck it up. So you're doing it as fast as you can, plus chucking some backflips in.
Yeah.
Rough.
But yeah, the levels are really good. I think. Did you see the one I told you about in the preview, where it's in the Hollywood movie set?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time on that one because I had some crazy fucking contract that I had to do there, where I had to like beat some fucking insane time with 0 faults, and I'm like, fucking eesh. And also, I think it took me forever to find the collectible on that one as well. But yeah, that's a really good one. Like the fucking moving parts and stuff. There's a secret army man parts of that track. Yeah, that's a sick one. Really good transition too, like the flicker from like
The
movies
blue
that yeah, exactly. That's really cool. Yeah, no, there's a lot I really like about it. Yeah, the contracts, they like vary between interesting and just like okay, whatever.
Tedious.
Yeah,
Random shit.
which is odd. I don't know how you'd up the stakes necessarily for a contract. Like I don't know what you could do necessarily, but yeah, that's the challenge in a game like Trials, right? Where a lot of it is just making your own fun and finding your own reason to do things, right? Like me doing that fucking uphill landing shit next to the bell for an hour, right? I didn't have to. I didn't like need to do that. Like I did. I needed to do it for myself, but like I didn't need to do it for something in the game. I just wanted to see what was on the other side. I was just interested to find out what was on the other side, and yeah, it was cool. Like I made that myself, right? I found my own reason to play, which is sick. Yeah, it's weird that they would struggle to give you reasons when you wind up feeling like just playing is reason enough, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I posted that video, and University of Trials was like, "Don't you just go down? Like, you're not supposed to go up there. Like, you're supposed to go below the bell." I'm like, "Yeah." Didn't University of Trials get famous doing whack shit in these fucking maps, trying to find some fucking crazy ARG shit? Surely you respect the game. But yeah,
I'm trying to find these squirrels.
yeah. Fuck, damn it! I gotta find. Yeah, that like I got an achievement by accident on another track, which was really cool. You can like, there's just this little sign, and it sort of like has an icon of a dude throwing himself off. So you press.
Fake sneeze.
Yeah, can get fuck sneeze. Yeah, it's an icon of a dude bailing off his, and you press Y and you bail out from your bike. It's actually one of the prime ways to find your fucking squirrels, is to fling yourself off the fucking bike and see what you can see from a different perspective. But yeah, this one, if you fling yourself off and make it into the finish line of the track, you get an achievement. And I just did it as I thought I might find unlock the collectible by doing it. Yeah. I was wrong. That's not how you get that collectible. But I got an achievement. Like, oh, cool. Like, it's a weird and odd thing for them to include. Yeah.
Right. And so it gives you, from what I can tell, like the in-game currency.
What does?
A collectible gives you like
yeah.
blue acorns.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And you use them to buy. Is it just cosmetics?
I don't know. I haven't opened any of my fucking loot boxes. I haven't done any cosmetic shit. I'm still wearing my default bullshit. I have no interest in any of that shit. So
yeah.
I don't like the loot. I don't like that there are loot boxes in it. Period. That doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't really I don't know why you'd add them. You only see people at the end of races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole customization section in the game where you can create your own sort of pieces of equipment, like helmets and clothes and whatnot. And it seems like you can make your own using the stickers and colors and whatnot, and then put them up on the store, and then sell them for the in-game,
right?
The stuff that you get by completing missions, like the little cogs or the coins that you get for, hey, I've finished this map, or I've finished this contract. So like people that are creating them, it seems like they're getting stuff out of it, like currency. Because there's a lot of hey, here's Spider-Man, and here is Venom at the top of the list that I saw.
Shocker.
People just creating and I'm running around as Hulk again. I think I talked about this in the preview, but I just made my dude green.
Yeah.
Took all his clothes off, and he's got pants. So that's.
Yep. Yeah, nice.
And you get, so the way the loot boxes work is you get 3 items out of it. And from what I can gather, you do get duplicates, and then you can sort of crush them down and get more coins back. I don't think you can sort of do the same sort of thing with stickers, because I don't know, I've gone into the sticker section and it just seems like you've unlocked this sticker, as opposed to hey, you've got 3 pants that are the same. So I don't know what happens when you get duplicate stickers, because it doesn't seem like there's a system in place for that, from what I can tell. But otherwise, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know why you pay money to unlock any of this stuff, and unless you're interested in creating your own, designs. But otherwise, it's a bit strange.
Yep. Yeah. Anyway. with the exception of that, I love it. I love it to bits. It is absolutely my obsession. I didn't think it was going to be, to be honest. I got in and did a couple of races. I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's just more trials. Yeah. But I think the University of Trial stuff is really fucking good. Like, it really brings a lot to that game. Like, it wasn't until I'd played a couple of them, like, well, actually, it might be not until I got up to fucking the uphill one. Because, like you, I thought the others were really easy. That I sort of got it, right? Like, that it clicked at how important that is for new players. How important understanding, like, yeah, for us, with, like, well, I've played Trials games before, and so, yeah, it all makes, logic sense. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yep.
But for someone who hasn't played them before, it's got to be super helpful. And yeah, I think it's a genius addition.
So how did they do it in the other games? Because I've not played the other games really at all.
If I recall correctly, it was just a basic tutorial,
like a text,
and you just sort of work shit out yourself.
Yeah, I mean, this is good because it's got. We talked about this before, but like, it's got the ghost of Professor Fat Shady, like, riding alongside with you on some of those, and you can press a button to switch to his ghost, and it shows you on the screen what button presses they are doing to do these maneuvers. So how much gas or throttle they're putting on there, which direction they're leaning in, whether or not they're braking, and then so you can then restart that section and be like, oh, I want to watch that again, and then go back to that ghost, and it's really helpful. Because like, showing you how to do it is completely different to actually seeing button prompts on the screen to see, like, all right, how much actual throttle are they using? Are they going full? Is it like a quarter? Are they not using anything at all? Are they just rolling backwards? Yeah. So it's very helpful for me, at least.
I know I said this before, but after my ordeal, my uphill jump landing ordeal, there's no way I could play that game on Switch. There's no fucking way I could play that game on Switch without the analog fucking throttle adjustment in, like, on triggers. I just have no idea how the fuck I'd do it. It's like, you may as well play. It might as well be, who's that dude, that Twitch streamer, and he plays
with, like, bananas and shit.
Yeah. Like, it'd be basically the same thing. You may as well play it with fucking bananas. I play Trials with a real dirt bike.
This is him, and he's like, I'm going to play Trials with a Nintendo Switch controller. That's his challenge.
My biggest challenge ever.
Yeah. Wow, that's a PR thing right there for you. Like, no, like, actually giving him a dirt bike and being like, all right, go. Like, just give him a bunch of fucking money.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Because I mean, I've seen a bunch of publishers do that. Just give this guy a bunch of money and, like, make a stupid controller. I think Bethesda's done a bunch of stuff with him.
Yeah, really. That's awesome.
Yeah, so, like, hey, here's a dirt bike. Set it up.
He is insanely creative. I really appreciate his shit. That being said, I can't remember his name, so nice. Huge impact. Anyway, good stuff. What else we got?
So at Apex Legends.
Oh yeah,
that's the other game that I've played.
Well, alrighty then.
Yeah, I played a little bit last night. I got got back from a holiday, and I've not played a lot of it because obviously I went to Montreal, and then I was home for about a day or two, a day and a half, and then off on another trip for about a week.
It's a hard knock life, huh?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so jumped into Apex Legends last night. I haven't played it since the new update. They put in a new weapon, the Havoc.
Yep.
I haven't tried it.
It's the biggest piece of shit.
Yeah, I've heard that you need the guys last night were saying you need, like, the attachment for it.
If you do not have the turbocharger, it is the fucking worst. And if you have the turbocharger, it's still one of the worst guns in the game, in my opinion. Yeah. Like, I would still rather pick up a Devotion, to be honest. Like, if I had the turbocharger and there was a Havoc or a Devotion, I'd go the fucking Devotion every single time, just because of the sheer volume that that thing puts out. Bit easier to control on the old recoil situation, but still. And like it also takes the select fire
Right.
attachment.
Hmm.
Why would you waste it? It could be on a prowler. Like fucking just put it on a prowler. The
Yeah.
best gun in the game. Yeah, that one's whack. Fuck the havoc. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know, like, other than that, did they change anything else that you know of? Or was it just they added a gun?
just added a gun, I believe. Yeah, I think that's it. Everyone's like been working out that like the ins and outs of the game. I don't know if you saw.
I saw the
Uh,
hitbox
the
stuff.
hitbox stuff, yeah.
Like, everybody's got different hitboxes. I'm sort of okay with that. I mean, they're different sized characters, so...
Yeah,
But I think there's one of them's got a bug or something?
Pathfinder's hitboxes are much bigger than his actual body frame. So
Right,
if you
yeah.
shoot between his legs, you will hit him, which isn't ideal, I
I
guess.
think that's maybe okay. Like, I think there should be a standard hitbox, maybe. I don't know, because he is a smaller character, right? He's a robot with skinny
Yeah,
body parts. You
yeah.
don't want people just choosing him because he is easy not to hit.
Well, that's why people choose Wraith. Someone crunched the numbers, and she's the smallest character, the smallest hitboxes in the game, so she's the hardest to hit. If you pick someone like what's his name?
Gibraltar.
Yeah, Gibraltar. You pick him, he is something like 150% bigger.
Yeah, right. But I like his... Like, I feel like his ability is very good.
I think it needs to be better, to be honest,
Yeah.
to make up for how much bigger a target he is.
Well, maybe the problem is that they need to then investigate things like speed on characters or health or something like that.
Yeah.
Like if you're a bigger target, maybe you've got more health. You can because I know they've looked into the speed of each character and everybody moves the same, even though it looks like he's moving slower.
Yeah.
It's just the animations that are causing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe there needs to be some tweaking of speeds and health pulls.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, I think that's the easiest way to adjust it. It might be tricky to balance for a little while, but it would be a good adjustment. I still play fuck out of Pathfinder. If he had more health because he had a bigger frame,
Hmm.
I'd be up for it. I'd be like, I haven't stopped playing just because he's got some fucked hitboxes. Like, he's still, at the moment, he's my favorite fucking hero. Like,
Rapid Caustic.
hey, dead to me.
I saw some posts people worked out like where to shoot it to make it blow up and like where to shoot it if you want to make it trigger.
Right.
There's
I
like
didn't know
there's like a red section on the bottom apparently.
Oh, yeah.
If you shoot that, it just destroys it as opposed to if you
Ah.
shoot it anywhere else. I don't know if that's true. I've not tried it, but that's what I
That's
read.
good. That's good. That's good. Well, yeah, he like you'd have to get rid of that, so because he desperately needs a buff. He doesn't have any escapability. That's why I stopped using him. I started using Pathfinder because I wanted escapability because I got sick of getting jumped on and not
What's his passive? Does he have a passive?
who
Caustic.
can see through smoke.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's good for area denial, but it's just ultimately not that great because he's a huge target, and yeah, you just get shredded. Meanwhile, you could be ziplining the fucking everywhere. Like, holy shit. I just, like, my Q, the fucking grapple. I just grapple fucking all over the place. It's awesome. I want to, like, it's probably the thing I miss the most out of Lawbreakers is I thought that we were going to see a bunch of games with grappling as a key mechanic.
Right.
I really like just grappling in games. I always find it really fun. But yeah,
Doom Eternal. Bring it back.
yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah, so last night I was pretty much just playing, played a bunch of Bloodhounds. I think Gavin was playing, Grey Squirrel was playing, not Gibraltar, who's the lady? The one that drops the smoke?
I don't know. What's her
I
name?
can't remember. I haven't played her a bunch.
Whatever. Anyway,
yeah. Anyways, drops the smoke, and then like I think it's her that drops the smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, man, Bloodhound can see through the smoke, so good luck.
Yeah, shit, that's good.
Yeah, I like playing him.
Squirrel has to actually drop the smoke though, so
yeah, when he's not like 400 meters behind you with a sniper rifle.
No, the best one,
or a shotgun.
The best one was we landed. So we landed a fucking water treatment and ziplined all the way across to what's that fucking area, just outside of like,
In the west or east?
East, like south.
Repulsion.
Repulsor. Yeah, just outside of Repulsor. You know that sort of extra jutting out bit? Whatever.
Just before the ramp?
Yeah. So we ziplined over there, and a team came in on us, and I like fucking punted them. We knocked one of them, and I shredded the armor on another, on the chick that Squirrel was playing. He was like his mirror. And I jumped down, and I jump basically into smoke, and I get fucking shredded. I can't see shit. And yeah, somehow the Wraith, the third, finds me in the smoke and does me while the other one is healing her armor back up. And I'm like, well, that was like, I'll tell you what, right? That sucked. Right, that's not ideal. That sucked. I'm sadly lost because we got wiped after that. I'm sadly lost, but see that smoke? If you saw that smoke,
yeah,
Squirrel, that's how I want you to smoke from now on. And he's like, that was my smoke. Oh, I was so angry. Oh my lord, I was so angry. Oh my god, I could not believe of all the times to actually crack out the fucking smoke. It was when I'm trying to fucking chase people down. Good.
Bangalore. Her name's Bangalore.
Bangalore, yeah.
Yeah, we were playing one last night, and we had, I think we'd already wiped out. We landed with like two other teams. I think we wiped them out, and like as we were running away, like, I'm backing up Squirrel. He's like getting chased. We land immediately. Murder like an entire squad. There's another squad that's like on the other side. We're up at Array.
Yeah.
And so we've landed on the right hand side of Array. There's like an enclosed area with a bunch of crates. It's sort of you've got Array. If you think about it, you've got the big satellite dish up the top,
up like a sewer type thing, right?
Yeah, and then down the middle you've got the river, and then on the right hand side there's a building, and then further to the right there's like an enclosed area. There's a bunch of crates. So two teams landed there, us and another team, and we're all just like grabbing weapons out of anything, and all of a sudden everybody's shooting each other. We walk out of there, winning that fight. Nobody goes down.
Nice.
And then as we're leaving, because we know there's another team, we're like, let's just go. Gav starts getting shot at, like we can hear them coming. He's like, I can hear them. So he starts bailing, and he runs past. I'm like covering him, and then I turn around and like Gav's still fucking running, like he's pinged off. Kleb's like gone as well, and I'm like, well, all right, it's just me here now. And so I'm like taking on all these guys, and Gav's like, what are you doing? I'm like, we can win this. Don't worry about it. We got this one easy. And then they ended up turning around and coming back, and we ended up wiping that other team as well without any of us going down.
Nice.
And then like nothing happens for the next like 15 minutes. We get to the point where there's two teams left, and they are shooting each other for it felt like 3 or 4 minutes. It was so long, and we were it ended up finishing around the dam. And in the dam, there's those giant double doors, and there's a section that kind of leads you upstairs back out into another area. And they were sort of shooting out towards that part. And this was going on for ages, so long, like they were shooting each other. And so we looped around, and then eventually, basically the entire circle we walked, and then get up to these guys. They just, like, they're still shooting each other. I don't know what is going on. Like, they must be the worst shooters in the world for this fight to be going on for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And they're out in the open, and we've got Bangalore and Gibraltar, like they have no chance because they've got to come back to us. But I'm like, nah, just push them. They're out in the open. Fuck it. We get to them and just wipe them all out. It's such a like a dirty. I don't know what they're thinking at that point. Like if you spent that long shooting other people, you're not going to win that game because everybody knows where you are. Like you need to either push or it was a dumb move.
I was saying this when we were playing on the weekend, but I think I gotta ban people from picking up fucking sniper rifles when I'm playing with them. Like
I'm amazing.
It's pointless, man. It's pointless. Sniper rifles in that game are pointless. You just wind up short a fucking gun. And invariably we wind up with someone's got a sniper rifle and then like a peacemaker. And they just get like we'll knock one, and then while we're covering the 300 meters that it takes to get over to them, they've already got the other person back up. They've healed their shields, and then we get there, and
it's 3-on-2.
And like, well, yeah, they've only got like the person with the sniper rifle only has a fucking peacemaker. Like, they don't like have any other alternative weapon. Like, you just wind up in a situation where like the whole game is short range. I've never seen a game of it won at long range. Like, certainly I've gotten pings. Fuck, I got a win with the Kraber. Like, but it was still from like fucking inside of 50 meters. The Kraber was the only gun I fucking had. So, like, that was the one where you respawned me, and I just picked up the two guns that were available, the Peacemaker and the fucking Kraber. If I had the choice, I wouldn't take a fucking Kraber into a firefight that I knew was going to take place inside of fucking 50 meters, right? Like,
yeah, once the circle's that small, it's like, what's the point? Unless you're getting headshots, what you're doing is sort of shredding armor.
Yeah, and like, yeah, you can't get the finish. That's the problem. You rarely have the opportunity to actually finish them off, which is tricky. Like, it doesn't matter how good a shot you are. If they don't die, it was just wasted ammo ultimately.
Yeah, I mean, you can do the PUBG thing where you hit them with a sniper rifle, switch to an assault rifle, and then finish them off. Like, you can do a decent amount of damage in that span. But yeah, sniper rifles maybe at least the ones that are in
the
there.
thing is, right? Like, it's so easy to get someone back up. Like, if they've got a lifeline, it doesn't matter. If you like switch to the assault rifle, they'll just pick them straight fucking back up. You can't get through the shield fast enough. Like Lifeline's revive shield, you can't get through it fast enough for it to like do anything with it. So people get up too quick. Like, it can be revived too quick, and even if you do manage to secure the kill, they can always be like very easily acquired. Like, you can get their dog tags real easy and get them back in the game if you find the opportunity. Like, it's squad wipes or nothing in Apex, in my opinion. Like, if you can't wipe a squad, a single kill is just stat padding. It's just some Russell Westbrook stat padding. Yeah, complete waste. Yeah, I don't know. That's my grumpy opinion about sniper rifles in that game. Doesn't help that generally whenever I hot drop land, I land on a fucking, what's that fucking light armor sniper rifle?
Scout.
The Scout. I'll land on fucking G7 Scout.
I don't mind a Scout. Like, it shoots quick.
Fucking, it's not the only gun I want when everyone else has fucking shotties and shit.
But it's one of those things where even if it doesn't have a like a scope on it, you can still.
Oh, it's basically just a semi-auto.
Yeah,
rifle, right? Like,
you can click so quickly with that thing.
Yeah. I got a hot drop kill with a triple take. Like, fucking hip fired that fuck. Just panic firing into someone. Not that bad. Not that bad when you're standing literally in front of someone. There's no space for it to fucking spread.
Yeah.
But yeah. And when all three fucking of those bullets hit, they must do fucking tons of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably like a short to medium range sniper rifle. I've not used it.
Yeah, it is definitely like the spread on those, like, because it peels out basically. that like it shoots 3 bullets, and the 2 side ones just peel away and go fucking ages. Awful, awful.
Yep. So yeah, no, we had a good run last night. I think we got like 4 wins, something like
Nice.
that. Yeah, we did alright. They said we needed a warm up game, and I think I got 7 kills the first game. I was like, mate, don't need no warm up.
Nice.
Yep, that's fun. We should play some.
100%. I'm in. Let's go. That's the end of the podcast.
The only complaint is the still. I think they need to change the loot boxing. I think one box per level. It should be a thing.
Oh yeah,
Once you hit
alternating
20,
bullshit.
yeah,
Like there's 2 problems with that in my opinion. First of all, alternate like it's stupid. I've got enough to. I'm like 70% of the way to being able to buy a second hero. And I mean like a second hero that doesn't exist. I can already buy the first hero that doesn't yet exist. I am like more than halfway to buying the second hero that doesn't yet exist. Like fucking hell, fucking hell.
you can't use those on anything else, right?
No, you can't use them on anything. If I could buy loot boxes, I'd probably buy loot boxes with it.
Yeah,
And then
it's
you'd be able to sell me some fucking characters or some shit. Like, fucking think through. The other thing that drives me bananas is that you get the loot box on the odd numbers. You don't get them on, like, level 50. You get them on level 51.
51. Right.
Fuck! Why? Why would you do this to me?
Yeah.
Oh,
All OCD people out there are losing their minds.
it is... It feels like it's a direct assault on me. Anyway.
Otherwise, the new drivers came out
Oh.
for NVIDIA, which I think it was for DLSS in Battlefield and I think one other game. Or no, sorry, I think it was drivers for Anthem as well.
Right.
418 or something like that. Anyway, yeah, still hasn't fixed the problem. I actually rolled back already to 417. I don't know. It's like 3 drivers before that, where everybody is like in the NVIDIA thread. Yeah, roll back to these ones. They know it's a problem and they are working with Respawn to try and fix it. They don't know. It seems like they don't know what it is.
It's
or
insane.
It's like a bigger problem than what is going on. It's like the top. Every time I look at the Reddit thread, it's like, yep, still haven't fixed it yet. Known issue.
Oh, they got to get it. They got to get into it, eh?
But like, I've rolled back to whatever 417, whatever the driver was that people are saying to go back to. It was like a January driver.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any crashes last night, so fingers crossed that it's like
Yay.
that's okay.
Nice.
But still, that's a bit shit because I would like to check out DLSS in Battlefield and whatnot. But
Yeah, of course.
it's a bit crap. Anyway, it's good. It's good fun. Hopefully, they release some more content soon. I feel like
Yeah,
they need to really get on that.
they do 100%. Yeah. Especially considering how quick Fortnite is at turning shit around. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure we've said it before. They jack a lot of stees. Like, they're copy artists, but they're fucking quick copy
Yeah.
artists.
They get a lot of money in copy.
Yeah, they can turn around some copy pretty fucking quick. The old forgery situation, they're about it. They're on top of it. Anyway, let's talk about some other games, shall we?
Yep.
Dota 2 Auto Chess is dead to me. It's riddled with hackers. I didn't talk about any of the bad things last week when I talked about it. There are some bad things about it. Like, I don't understand what the fuck is going on with the way shit loads in Dota. But it'll be like, you queue, and then it'll be like, accept, your game is ready, accept. And then you hit accept, and then some, like, dipshit. You need all 8 people to accept. And if you don't, then it'll take you back to the queue. And then, but it's like, pretty much instant. So it'll be like, accept, and then I go accept, and then someone doesn't accept, and then, so it takes me back out, and then it accept. And like, sometimes it will like do this fucking 19 times in a row. It's just like, accept, accept, accept. I'm like, oh yeah, just fucking auto accept. Clearly, if I fucking accepted the last 15 fucking times in a row, I'm ready to go, baby. Like, fuck. Yeah, that drives me bananas. The other thing that drives me nuts is I don't know what the fuck people are playing Dota 2 on, right? But it's some fucking Raspberry Pi garbage ass computer bullshit where literally every fucking time I play this game, there's always at least one ultra potato who's playing this game on some fucking Pentium 2 nonsense shit, right? And there's a 3 minute countdown to give you an opportunity to load in the fucking a chessboard, right? And somehow the giant piece of shit computer cannot load a fucking chessboard inside of 3 fucking minutes, right? And so my game loads in 15 seconds. Like, that's a bad run. Like, I'm like, old Bessie's running a bit slow today, I guess. Yeah. If things are going bad, 15 seconds, and then I've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds while fucking Farmer Joe over here on his fucking pedal-powered fucking PC is struggling to load the chessboard. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Oh my god, that drives me nuts. How is it so resource intensive? And then, like, obviously there's all the other stuff, like, it is still... They've started adding tutorials. They had started adding tutorials. So it's super basic shit. It's like a video. It'll be like, buy some chesses. Combine chesses. And you're like, cool. Yeah, well, that explains literally nothing, so I guess... But at least you're trying, I guess. Yeah. Holy fuck. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, but I quit. I had to quit. Because the one time I was definitely going to win, yeah, the other player who did win was 1000% hacking. Because I was like not losing any games except to this one person. So after like half the fucking run had been done, once we were down to 4 people, I was still, I think it was like 82%, only losing to this one person. I'm like, okay, it's time to look at what the fuck they're doing to work it out. And then I go over and you can watch their board, and I look at it, and they buy fucking 3 Tide Hunters in a row. Tide Hunter is like probably the best hero in the game. They buy 3 of them in a row, combine it into level 2 Tide Hunter, and then they buy another 3, make another level 2 Tide Hunter, and then they buy another 3. They bought like 9 fucking characters in like one fucking run, which means either they had infinity money and the greatest luck of all time, or they were definitely cheating. And it was really fucking gutting. Like, so then they have a level 3 fucking Tide Hunter, and that's it. Like, I don't think you could beat a level 2 Tide Hunter, to be honest. Yeah. But yeah, if they've got the right synergies, if they've got a couple of hunters and one other Naga, you're not going to beat shit. You just fucking let it go. But yeah, no, it's like the song, yeah. But they were like, they hadn't lost a single game. They hadn't even come close. They'd been like just devastating everyone. And yeah, I'm like, okay, well, I could have won this game if not for them cheating. Because I had a really good comp. I had like 4 level 3 druids. I was transitioning out into like demon warlock combo shits that I felt like was definitely punting the other 2. They couldn't handle it. They were just getting fucked. Yeah, like, I had a really good fucking setup, and it was just wasted, and that was really upsetting.
That's pretty amazing. Like, I've played, 2,000 or 3,000 hours of Dota. I don't think I've ever seen someone blatantly cheat in that game. Yeah. I mean, it's possible that people were using, stuff to reveal the map and whatnot, or, but no one like, I know there is stuff out there where there's, like, ESP hacks and being able to refresh ultimate abilities, things like that. Like, I've never seen anyone do anything like that, like blatantly running around cheating in
Yeah.
Dota. And then there's people like, I'm going to cheat in this custom game.
Right? Like,
Like, that's a thing.
well, apparently the problem with auto chess is that it believes everything the client tells it. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of cooked from that perspective.
Yeah, because it's not looking at the rules, within Dota. It's looking at custom made rules, and yeah, that's probably where a big issue lies.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe if Valve buys them out, they can sort that aspect of it.
I said it last week, right? But like, someone's gonna make a good version of auto chess, and they're gonna
Fortnite auto chess.
It's going to be Fortnite auto chess, and they're going to be fucking billionaires, like in a heartbeat. It should be the biggest fucking gold rush on right now. Should be trying to make your own fucking auto chess. Like, Hearthstone should be dropping everything to try and do this. Like, Blizzard should be dropping everything to do it. Riot, I know they only make that one game, but fuck, they should just forget about it. Make auto chess. Like, they have everything they need. Just fucking do it. Get in. Go. Because, yeah, fucking hell. It is... Someone's going to do it well, and it's going to be a fucking world ender for a lot of people. Yeah. Anyway.
All right. What is Troll Patrol?
Troll
That is
Patrol.
a strange name.
It's my new favorite phone game. I got a new phone. The Pixel 3 XL. Yeah, Troll Patrol is not a graphically intensive phone game. It is match 3 game where you basically go on a dungeon run. You're a troll, and all these heroes keep rolling up and trying to kill you. And you have to kill them before they can. And there's sort of... it's a dungeon run, so when you die, it's game over, you start over, but you've learned some things, you've unlocked some things, and you're able to go a little bit further into the next wave. Each, I think it's like, I want to say about 100 turns or so, a boss will roll up, and the boss will try and fuck you, and... They've got like shit tons more health than everyone else, and so it basically becomes a question of building so that you can kill these bosses as quickly as possible, because they hit harder, they take more damage, they've usually got armor, all that kind of stuff. I'm in a run at the moment where I'm going really fucking well. I got lucky early on with a couple of cheeky upgrades, where I was able to like really boost my damage. So I'm able to kill a lot of things except for bosses. I think except for bosses that I can kill everything with just a 3-link. So you've got, what do you got? Like 4 different tiles. You've got sword tiles, you've got shield tiles, you've got gold tiles, and you've got
Health potions.
Health tiles. And sword tiles connect to enemies, and so you will drag. So you can link 3 swords or and an enemy, or 2 swords and an enemy, and you'll kill the enemy, right? I believe that enemies count as a sword tile as well, so you can connect 3 enemies together.
Yes.
And you'll do a big chunk of damage as well. So basically, I got enough power-ups, like damage power-ups, that I can kill anything with just the 3. And on my previous runs, I've had a lot of trouble with that in particular. In the later levels, I'd wind up in a situation where I would need shit tons of swords just to kill basic mobs. And so when the boss rolled up, I was fucked. It'd take me a couple of turns to kill him, and that whole time he's like killing me. You get like power-ups or magic spells and stuff like that. There's like a couple of different ways to like level your character up. If you collect enough armor, you level up your loot. You get new loot, and that's a wide array of things. You get like thorns, so anytime someone attacks you, they take damage. At the moment, my dude does like 6 damage back. You can get like armor breaking or armor stealing stuff. but you can also get these spells, and I've got 3 at the moment, and it's basically collect all potions,
Coins. Oh,
all
okay.
coins, and all
Yep.
armors, and like I could just wipe the fucking board of anything that isn't swords, and I
Yep.
can just punt everything. It's a really good way to get like it's the panic button as well to get all the fucking health you need as well. But yeah, it's it's a match 3 game. They are what they are, but this one is really well constructed. It's I'm not crazy about the art style. It's sort of amateurish, but like it doesn't really matter because the gameplay is extremely engaging. I mean, reminds me, what was that fucking Puzzle Quest? It reminds me of Puzzle Quest, you know? No?
Dungeon Raid. It is the exact rip-off of Dungeon Raid.
Dungeon Raid. What's Dungeon
Yeah.
Raid?
It's a game that Nate got us onto a couple of years back. Because
That does sound familiar.
I've been looking at it while you've been talking, and it is exactly the same as Dungeon Raid, other than the fact that the game board is the same exactly. That's why I'm like sitting here going, yeah, you can connect 3 of those things because I've been playing this game for years. The only thing that looks different is the top, like the health section with the where it's showing you like what gear you've got. Dungeon Raid doesn't really have like a UI interface like that at the top of the screen, but the game board is exactly the same. Same concept. You collect swords to do damage across enemies. You can match up 3 enemies to do damage. You collect coins to buy items. You do health potions. There's characters with mana. There's like different. I don't know. There's different characters in this game, but the other game's got different characters and they've got different abilities, and some of them
I
have
just
to
looked
collect
up
mana.
Dungeon Raid and it doesn't show up on Google Play.
Right.
Just
Dungeon Raid. I'm pretty sure it's called. Because
Oh, I just Googled it. An ode to Dungeon Raid, the greatest game you'll never get to play.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe it's. Oh, yeah, this is the game. Yeah, this is 100% the game.
I've still got it installed on my phone
Nice.
because I was looking it up to see if like is it the same dude who made it or something, because even the art looks very similar.
Yeah, fucking hell. Oh, it's even got like the same fucking power ups. Jesus Christ.
He's Fortnite us.
Yeah, and I'm like, fuck yeah, how good is Fortnite, baby? So original. That's gold. That is good. Yeah, anyway. Well, you can't play Dungeon Raid. It's the greatest game you'll never get to play, so as well, Troll Control. I was like, how the fuck does he know? Like, he just looked this fucking game up. How the fuck does he know all this shit? Oh, my lord. That is amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, alright. Anyway, moving on. Armello.
Armello. Is this the Australian game?
This is the Australian game. They released this big 2.0 update. It's a board game, and it's really good fun. Yeah, it's basically it's a board game that you like can play with others or by yourself against like some pretty good AI. Basically, I mean, it's pretty heavy furry themed, which I'm not wild about. Not really, furries are weird. I'm just gonna say it. We're all weirdos, but yeah, no, this one there's like different clans. There's like Wolf Clan, Bear Clan, Rabbit Clan. You got to try and beat the king. And the king has this like rot, so every turn he loses health, and basically by the end of I think it's like 8 turns, he is going to die. So your choices are to either kill him yourself and usurp the throne and become the king. That's a win state. Wait for him to die, and then you can you'll have, if you've got the most prestige, you'll win. Whoever has the most prestige.
Yep.
You get prestige by like capturing towns around the game board. It's sort of a hexagonal playing area. So you just sort of move around from hex to hex, and you fight like creatures, like dice rolls to fight creatures and stuff. You can fight each other, fight other players. to try and, like, if you kill them, then they lose prestige, so you can knock their prestige down that way. Or just basically send them, if you die, you just go back to your starting area and you have to start from where you were again. So if you're racing towards the king and someone comes and bashes you and sends you back, then you set back a little bit. There's these things called spirit stones, and you can use those to cure the king, but you have to go all over the fucking map to get them. And the whole time you're doing that, the other people in the, like, on the game board are trying to fuck you and stop you from doing that. Even though it is probably the only positive way to win the game, the only peaceful option. And yeah, there's like the King's Guard, there's sort of obstacles. You got 7, sorry, did I say 7 turns? 8 turns? But it's double that, because he loses like a point of life every day. But there's 2 turns every day. There's a day turn and there's a day phase and a night phase. And at the end of every night phase, whoever has the most prestige gets to like change the rules of the game, and it'll be like all King's Guard now, attack anyone on sight or that sort of stuff. All towns are now fortified or shit like that. Everyone gets rot, and rot poisons you and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a good game. It's a really, really well-made game. I'd love to play it with more people. I'd love to see a multiplayer, play it in multiplayer. It does, it's got multiplayer built in. It's got shitloads of characters. They've all got different, rules and stuff. And yeah, it just seems like, it's, the graphics are charming. The storytelling is really, really interesting. You do the tutorial, and I'd love to see more of that. But generally the game you play is just sort of the board game itself. There's no storytelling beyond. It's sort of it's very similar to the way a lot of board games wind up doing it, which is that they create this elaborate scenario for the tutorial, and then you're supposed to make your own stories when you play it. It seems quite similar in that situation, in that sense. In that, yeah, it doesn't tell much story outside of the tutorial, but it's a really interesting world-building events in the tutorial itself, which is cool. And yeah, super polished and really well done. Really entertaining game. Yeah, I think it was on sale. It might still be on sale if you don't have it. And yeah, made by Aussies, so even better.
Yeah, I know it's been around for a while.
It has.
Early access and then 1.0.
Yeah, so it just hit 2.0, their largest update ever. Oh, it's got mixed reviews. I wonder what everyone's upset about.
Too many furries.
The 2.0 has introduced a shit ton of crashes, apparently.
Right.
Well, that's not good. It doesn't crash for me, though. Yeah, I was like, it's going to be like a reviewer said something, or someone shit on that Winnie the Pooh dude or whatever the fuck, and everyone's losing their minds.
Yep.
Yeah, nah, that ain't it. But yeah, it's cool. It's a slick game. It is 75% off right now. $5 Australian. It is 1,000% worth that. It's probably worth $20. I believe that's what I paid for it. I didn't buy it on special. But yeah, all right, it's worth checking out.
Cool.
Yep.
Have you played any more Anthem at all?
No.
Because that's officially out now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That game doesn't seem to be doing as well. It's sold out. It dropped its price, right?
Yeah.
Before
it sold half what Andromeda did.
Yeah.
I saw in half box copies anyway. I mean, it might be doing really well digitally, but I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, because I saw Amazon and Gamesman dropped it down to $55 or something.
Yeah, it's rough. I don't know. It's just, we spoke about it a lot last week, I guess. I just can't understand how it got out in the way like got released in the manner that it did,
Yeah.
just in the state that it was. Just yeah, which wasn't ready. I saw a fucking roadmap that they put out, and like nothing's happening in the game until fucking May. Like, fuck that. That's
Yeah.
insane. People were already level 30 and shit, like, before it launched. Like, what the fuck are they supposed to do until May? That's insanity. Yeah, crazy shit. Anyway,
Yep. All right. What else is here? Rainbow Six Siege.
Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah, so I'm doing this stuff for IGN because I'm running a big year 4 preview for them as well. So I've been playing on the test servers. It's tough. I thought they were Australian servers, but they are not. I'm 90% sure it's Korean servers. I'm getting 140 ping. It's tough in a game like Rainbow to play with 140 ping. I will tell you what. Yeah, like you really have to fucking ram home those. It's not enough to get that fucking pixel perfect shot. It's got to be the pixel perfect spray and pray. You got to really go in on a motherfucker and make sure they die because shit. It's surprising how spoiled. Because even on Aussie servers, I generally have the lowest ping. Right? Like, you see me in Battlefield and I'll have like a ping of 2, which I know is not accurate. But everyone else is rolling like 70 or some shit, and my ping's 2. And yeah, like, you get used to that sort of shit. And playing with the 140 ping, it just feels like you're missing shit that you shouldn't be. You watch back kill cams, and you're like, that's not how it happened. It's tough. It's tricky. But nevertheless, if you're playing on the test server, you can queue into a rotation that is literally just the new map.
Yep.
And you can race everyone else to try and get Mozzie or Gridlock. I have played Mozzie once.
Right.
And I've played Gridlock twice. And yeah. It is challenging. The time I got to play Mozzie, this Korean dude yelled at me down the mic for fucking ages until I jumped on the mic. And I'm like, I don't understand you, man. I could understand like Mozzie, blah 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 blah, Mozzie, blah 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 blah, Mozzie, and then I'm like, dude, I don't understand you. And he's like, fuck you. Like, well, that I understood.
That worked.
That one's universal.
In the options, you can check your data center.
Right.
Maybe you should do that.
Maybe I should.
It's connecting you to the wrong one.
Maybe. I've been playing with I've seen a lot of other Aussies.
Right. Okay.
Playing on the servers. So yeah, I don't know if it's not just me. If it is, yeah, I would love to play with low ping though. That'd be awesome. They seem really interesting. Gridlock seems way more powerful than Mozzie. Gridlock's insane. Her guns are fucking sick. The F90 fucking punts. The machine gun. Holy fuck! It's like panic stations. I had some dude just fucking open up into like we hadn't reinforced one of the walls, and they just sat there emptying into this fucking wall. And it was like that scene in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels when he's in the cage and he just fucking chunts. Like, it was hectic. It was good. Yeah. She seems super powerful. The fucking gridlocks, the spikes, or whatever the fuck they are.
Yeah, the track stingers.
Oh my god. Holy fuck. There's so many of them. There's way too many of them. They just keep going. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's some shit. I don't think stealing drones even remotely compares to that. I mean, obviously it's useful, but the one time I played Mozzie, I just used it as drone denial. I'd put it like sort of like a mute situation.
Yeah, just steal them.
Put it at some doors, and like I think the other players could see that there was the drone still nearby, so they didn't go in. And it just meant that, yeah, they couldn't get their drones in until they dealt with my little pests. So that's useful. And his gun's awesome. But yeah, I think the fucking, whatever they're called, the tracks are insane. And yeah, they do so much damage. There's so much damage. Holy fuck. And you're just like, no, I'm just not going to go there. Like, fuck it. I'll just go around the long way or some shit. Um,
Yeah, I feel like they'll tone the damage down on it.
they have to. I think they have to. Down to 5 or something. But yeah, so there's that. The new map, I really like it. Like, I really like it. It's a little odd though. It's a bit uh, like very two tone, right? Like there's one area, the garage or like garage type area, which feels impossible to like it would be impossible to defend against a good team. There's so many fucking it's Swiss cheese. There's so many fucking ways in. There's like 4 fucking doors on one level, and there's a bunch of doors at the top level. Plus, you can open up all the walls and shit. And you're like, fucking hell, how the fuck am I supposed to stop people from coming in here? Do it the old-fashioned way by shooting them in the face. But like, apart from that, like a competent team wouldn't let it go down to that. So I feel like, yeah, that one's a bit tricky. Meanwhile, there's another fucking area. I don't think it'll show up in bomb, so it's probably not a bigger deal. But there's another. We're playing hostage, and it's just fucking. It's like a bedroom or some shit. And it's got 2 doors. I locked it down on my own.
Yeah.
The rest of my team went roaming, died, and I just sat there in a corner and locked that fucking shit down. And people couldn't get in. They couldn't drone in because my little mozzies, my pests were there. They were fucking like they were. Thankfully, my team had put up some deployable shields already. Yeah, so like it wasn't easy to get in. There were frost traps fucking everywhere. Like, yeah, tricky for them to get in. And there was me on my lonesome. No worries. They didn't bring a fucking hard breach, which was their big mistake. If they brought a hard breach, it would have been fucked. But they didn't, so I was okay. And yeah, it just seems a bit lopsided that one. Like, I don't know, how do you go from fucking going to the garage and it's like there's holes for days, or you go into this other room and there's 2 ways in and both of them fucking suck for you. Like, just odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, wouldn't show up in bomb, I don't think, because it's not like bomb's always 2 sites and then there isn't a likely other site nearby. So yeah, I still like the design of the map in general. And there's a lot of really good like fighting areas, some really good like sight lines and cheeky shit that you can pull. But yeah, those 2 spots in particular just seem odd, like at odds with each other. You know, really weirdly juxtaposed against one another, in my opinion. Yeah, still own it. Been playing regulars as well, not on the test server. Just getting back in the swing of it, I guess, getting my eye back in.
Getting ready for next week.
I found I had to lower my sensitivity
Yeah.
all round. I don't know what's going on. I must be getting lower since over time or some shit. I don't know, but I jumped into the game and I'm like fucking woo, looking everywhere. Fucking once doing 720s by accident and shit. I'm like, I have to turn this down. But yeah, feels good. Like it's Rainbow, right? Like we've loved it since day dot, and it's still good. It's definitely getting better. Yeah, it's good stuff. I'm really looking forward to Burn Horizon.
Yep.
Yep. Looking forward
I think
to
it's
sticking
next
on the line.
Tuesday.
Next Tuesday?
Is it next Tuesday?
I don't think so.
It's usually. Oh, no.
Wednesday?
It's next week.
I'm pretty sure it's next week. Well, this thing I'm going to is the launch party for it, so
Yeah.
I assume it's next week, based on, that information. The idea that they would launch it with the launch party makes sense. But yeah, I'm pumped for more Rainbow. Still think they should do a battle royale. It's time. All games should have battle royale.
No, they're not doing it. They already confirmed that.
I know, but still.
I'm sure Ubisoft has something else in the works in terms of a battle royale game.
Your story about the ping system was good. Like some real good insights from Athanasosov or whatever the fuck his name is.
From Leroy.
Leroy.
Yeah.
The L-Bone. Answer to Kupo. Yeah. Like, good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really interesting. They should 100% do it.
Yeah, I think there's that like discussion to be had of like, and that's the thing I brought up with him, like how far is too far for a tactical game.
Yeah.
Like I talked to him about how like PUBG, remember when PUBG first did their ping system, and it was basically a carbon copy of Rainbow Sixes. It had the indicator and you could put it anywhere, but a game like that is, you know, it's talking about to your teammates he's 400 meters away to the left hand side of those 3 trees behind the rock or something like that sort of discussion, as opposed to being like, ping, he's over there, and suddenly 3 other eyes are looking at that, you know, that rock to the left of those 3 trees. It's like completely different to, you know, the way Apex does it. Like the information game is so key in some of those types of games.
Yeah.
But I think in Siege you could definitely do it in terms of the things he was talking about, like, hey, I want to breach the wall here, or you know, take down this barricade, or being able to mark gadgets. I think is interesting, like saying there's a mute jammer here, or mirror, there's like a mirror wall here. I don't think you could. I think highlighting it through the walls would be a bit too much.
Yep, 100%.
Because then you could have things like grenades really accurately blow up ADS systems or traps, gadgets, and whatnot. But some sort of indicator, or even just like a contextual-based voice dialogue to say that there's something here.
I reckon voice dialogue is probably out because they have to get all the people to come back in and do new voice, which is probably a big pain in the dick. But I reckon like different coloured pings. Like I don't think it needs to be necessarily there's a mute jammer here. I think if you were to just like ping and it was a green ping and it was near the ground, you'd be like, okay, that's a mute jammer.
Or just the mirror icon, like what they're doing with Lion.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So just same little thing, same ping with a little mirror icon there.
That's genius. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, whether or not that indicates where the person is, or I don't know, man. I think some basic stuff like that, and then like having a scroll wheel of being even just like enemy spotted here, or something like that, or defend
Apex
this
does
area.
that too, right? The wheel.
Yeah.
Like people don't use it enough, but they do it. Yeah, like fuck yeah, do it.
Yeah, and I don't see the community, unless they go too far with the whole like seeing through walls. That's I think too much. But I think the community wouldn't mind that sort of thing.
I think they'd be about it 100%. Yeah. Yep. Excellent. All right, what's next?
That's it.
That's it. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Going short, baby.
Yep. Not a lot.
Not a lot.
I think next week we're busier.
Yeah, 100%. Well, there's that thing that we can't talk about yet. Still.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do some news, shall we?
Sure can. Fortnite is they announced this I think back in middle of last year, that they're going to have 100 million esports prize money in 2019, and this last week they've kind of detailed like a little bit more as to what that entails. They're going to do a Fortnite World Cup, which will be 30 million in prize pool.
Yep.
They're going to be doing solo and duo competitions for that one, so it'll be split across that. And then every week, I believe they'll be doing like a point system to be able to get into this stuff, and it'll be $1 million each week.
Yeah.
Along with, you know, other events spread out throughout 2019. But yeah, 30 million. It seems like the number to sort of dethrone Dota a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is split across 2 different competitions, so.
Yeah, well,
it's still a big number.
It's a massive number. It's huge, and it seems like it's proper esports, but it still remains not celebrity esports. Yeah, it still remains to be seen how exactly they do it. You know,
Yeah.
like how it's carried off. But I think they'll do. I think they've finally got the piece in place. They've been making steps in the correct direction for esports for a while now. So I think they'll probably do the right thing. Right?
Yeah. Just nail that point system, and I
Yeah.
think we'll see some interesting stuff. If it continues the way they've been running it, then it's not going to be.
No, it'll be
garbage.
a very expensive waste of time. Yeah.
It'll be an advertisement.
Yep. All right. Next up, Pokemon Sword and Shield announced. New Pokemon game on the Switch. Cool. I'm in. Right? It was a 7-minute fucking presentation. I'd say 3 of it was actually gameplay or whatever the fuck. Hard to draw a lot from it. 3 new, it's new continent, I believe. They're adding a new bunch of Pokemons. Yeah, if this game has a 4-hour-long unskippable tutorial, I'm going to punt it so fucking hard into the fucking sea. I can't do it. I know how to play Pokemon already, god damn it.
Yep.
I understand that it's a children's game, okay? You don't need to keep reminding me every time I try to fucking play it with your terrible fucking stories and your unskippable bullshit. It's the fucking worst. So yeah, as long as they don't do that, it should be good. I mean, yeah, seems like it's gonna be a big year for Pokemon. They got Detective Pikachu coming out pretty soon, right? Someone confirmed that it's the same date in Australia as it is the rest of the world. There were worries that it wasn't for a while. So yeah, Detective Pikachu. There's still Pokemon Go, I guess. And now, yeah, Pokemon Sword and Shield. Yeah, cool, rad. Let's see it. I'm in. Let's go. That's it.
Is it like a remake of one of the older games, or is it just
It's brand new, brand new,
Right,
brand new Pokemon game. And
That's what they keep saying every time they bring one of these out. It always looks the same.
Oh, looks like this one graphically looks really good. Really pretty. But yeah. I take it you're not a Pokemon person, huh?
Not a while, just because they feel like they're always the same. Like there was one recently that came out, right, on the Switch.
Pokemon Go Eevee, right? Or
Yeah.
Let's Go Eevee.
Like I played that at E3, and that was like, yeah, it's a Pokemon game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was more a Pokemon Go, wasn't it? I didn't play it, but I got told I shouldn't because it wasn't very traditional Pokemon. And yeah. I mean, I used to be fucking obsessed. I was obsessed with Pokemon Red and Blue back in the day.
Sure.
That was over 20 years ago. That was, honest to God, over 20 years ago. So, just all I'm saying is, treat the people who grew up with your fucking games 20 years ago like they might be at least 20, right? Like, they're at least 20 years old. They're not exclusively children anymore. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Oh, cool. Objects in Space is leaving early access. Objects in Space is a game created by what do they call Flat Earth Games?
Yes.
And yeah, Lee and Alyssa, 2 friends of ours. They've both been on the podcast. And ages ago. Fucking ages and ages ago. Only 90s kids will understand that one. But fucking hell. Yeah, it's been a while. This one been in early access for ages. I bought it the day it went into early access, so I'm excited that it's leaving early access. I haven't played it yet. I haven't played it since I first got it. I wanted to wait and see, what it evolved into. And yeah, I'm very excited. But it's like a lo-fi space adventure game. If you don't know much about it, basically, it's very old school graphically, like old school adventure game graphically, and yeah, the way everything works. It's a space simulator where you can go from station to station, port to port, and do all kinds of space shit, like not Eve, that other one, Elite or something like that. But instead of being this graphical fucking powerhouse. Everything takes place on these monitors, and it's supposed to. The idea was to simulate the concept of a submarine game in space, which I know I've wanked on about a lot. The idea of a sub game in space, or the idea of actually doing submarine combat in space, because it's weird that all combat winds up being inside a visual range, when in space most shit would be like hundreds of kilometers apart. That's a lot of the inspiration that they got, like they were going for in this, was that it's a very nerdy, right? Like, it's a really nerdy fucking way to look at space travel. But yeah, like you're looking at like monitors of like that indicate things, and it's so lo-fi. You like take apart your fucking computer. I don't know if you still do this, but I'm pretty sure you do. You can take apart like parts of your spaceship and like take fuses from one part and put them into the other to get them to work, or whatever the fuck. If you're like hodgepodge piece of shit spaceship, doesn't have all the parts it needs and stuff like that. Like, it's super fucking nerdy, but really cool idea, and I can't wait to see what they've done with it. I'm very excited for them to leave early access. So yeah, check it out on Steam, and I don't know where else, but probably on Mac. Knowing Alyssa, she loves Mac. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's all we got.
Nice. Yeah, short one. I mean, like, we've done 4 or 5 in a row that were like 3 hours.
That is true. That is true. Yeah. So we had to do it to you listeners. I'm sorry. Actually, we got some questions. Shall we do our questions?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Z Doctor writes, that moment when Joby confuses you for Zio on the podcast. My bad, Z Doctor. Fuck. So that's the problem, right?
Was this the Mass Effect thing?
I'm not sure. Yeah, it was. Yeah. The fucking the primers and detonators. Yeah, that's definitely my bad. Sorry, dude.
I think their icons are both very similar too.
Zio, like, what the fuck? How is this on me, Z Doctor? Fucking get a clearer name. Yeah, that's right. I'm passing.
I feel like they both got like purple icons or something that's similar. Is that right?
I don't know. I
can't remember.
Anyway, I do apologize for that. That is pretty funny. Anyway, next up we got Fridge Monster Man. Right. Hi guys. I'm thinking about buying a PS4 this year so I can play Bloodborne, Horizon Zero Dawn, and God of War. Is it worth spending the money, extra dollars, for a PS4 Pro? I don't have a 4K TV, but my sister has one, so I can always take it over to her place if I do get a Pro. I would say yes. If you don't have a 4K TV, you probably will eventually, but the power improvements the PS4 Pro deal out are, in my opinion, generally worth the price of admission, like especially in Horizon Zero Dawn and God of War. I don't think it's almost 100% certain it doesn't matter at all in Bloodborne, but yeah, in Horizon, the Pro booster will definitely help, and yeah, you can always go check out 4K, all those luscious graphics at some point. So yeah, I would heartily recommend the Pro purchase. Luke, any thoughts? You got a Pro, don't you?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the prices at the moment. I mean, the looks like the standard ones for the 500 gig console are about $409.
Yeah.
I'm going through JB Hi-Fi, and the Pro is about $520 to $530.
Right.
So you about an extra 100-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'd go for it. I'd go for the Pro, because I mean, even if you don't have a 4K TV at the moment,
yeah,
you've got access to one at some stage.
Yeah.
And maybe in the future you can get one. And the other thing is, yeah, the performance options. Most, like, a lot of the games will have the play this at 60 frames or stuff like that. And for action games like, you know, the Bloodborne series, or I don't know if Horizon Zero Dawn does it, but yeah, stuff like that. Like
Horizon does it. Bloodborne doesn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, and God of War in 4K is honestly one of the prettiest fucking games ever. Actually, so is Horizon. That bit where you go over the mountain and you first see the actual world, and you're like, holy fuck.
Yeah, Red Dead, man. Red Dead's the same.
Yeah, true. Yeah. 100% recommend. Yeah, I got a pro. You got a pro.
Yeah.
I'd go the pro. Good stuff. Good question. That's it. That's the podcast.
Cool.
You can play Apex.
Yeah, you can find us on iTunes, Android, Windows Store, Spotify, all those wonderful places. Please rate and review us if you are on those platforms. Helps other people find the show. Yeah, and it means a lot to us. You can also email us if you'd like to do that, thegapodcast@gmail.com. Otherwise, you can jump onto our Discord page, thegapodcast.com/Discord. Leave us questions like Zio did. That was a joke.
Got him.
That's a joke.
Classic.
Yeah, classic. Yep, and yeah, we've got channels in there. We're playing games. There was a bunch of people, as I said, playing some Apex last night. There's Battlefield going all the time. We'll probably have some Siege next week. There is, I guess, in the next couple of weeks, there's stuff coming out. Things like Division is very soon, so I'm sure we'll jump onto that one. But yeah, check it out. Leave us questions if you want, or just talk general chat.
Yep.
What have you guys been talking about recently in there? There's a lot being posted.
Yep. Yeah, this thing about Brigitte, the voice actress for Brigitte has been getting harassed because people hate Brig as a character.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, that's just sloppy work, idiots. Like, focus up. She can't do anything about it. She just says lines. She's not a fucking character designer. Good lord.
Go hassle fucking Jeff.
Exactly. Or, don't
or not.
Pass anyone. Those are your options, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, and memes and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway,
all right.
It's good stuff.
You can also find us on social media, facebook.com/GAPodcast, twitter.com/GAPodcast, or you can go to our website, which is GAPodcast.com. You also go to the GAPodcast.com/YouTube if you want to check out our video page. Last week I put up a stack of Rainbow Six Siege Burnt Horizon content.
Nice.
So a couple of I think two maps of Burnt Horizon. You can see Nate and I with a bunch of other Australians destroying some Russians at Rainbow Six Siege.
Sweet. Did you ace it up?
There was one maybe I did.
Yeah.
4 or an ace, I can't remember. Where I just left the room and just destroyed a bunch of people.
Went and got it.
It was dirty. But yeah, that was good. Otherwise, I don't think I've got anything for this week. Maybe some trials. We'll see.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We'll see if I can grab some trials.
I was going to send you some trials, but I am having the worst fucking time trying to record shit on my fucking Xbox. It is so easy to record shit on the PlayStation. Press the fucking share button and it captures the last 15 minutes. Bingo, bango. Easy peasy. Fucking the Xbox, it's like, capture it, like, you want to get a screenshot of something, you press fucking the home button and then the Y button to screenshot. But when you press the home button in, as far as I know, literally every game ever, it takes up the pause menu. So you just get a screenshot of the fucking pause menu. You don't get a screenshot of whatever it is that you wanted to fucking screenshot.
Yeah.
God damn. And yeah, every time I've fucked about with it like a billion times, but it records 30-second clips. So it won't record, like, I tried to record my massive attempt to do that uphill landing in trials. And I must have hit record a bunch of times, and this is after I'd finally worked out how to fucking get recording to work at all. Because before that, I'd hit it a bunch of times and nothing had happened. But I finally worked it out, and so I go in to check out my recordings, and I'm like, I'll just put together, a montage of my 400 attempts, sort of paint a picture of how difficult it was, and it captured, it was like 4 30-second long clips. I'm like, cool, Excellent. Well, great. I guess I'll just do one 30-second long clip, I guess. It does allow you to edit stuff and post it to Twitter straight from fucking Xbox, though, which I'll give props. That's pretty cool. I like that. But, yeah. Otherwise, it's a mad pain in the crotch.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't have any Trials content to
Fair enough.
share.
I'll try and grab some tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, and also the gapodcast.com/Spotify if you want to check us out on Spotify. That'll take you directly to that if you're having trouble finding us on that platform. But otherwise, that site, you can also find old episodes on there as well.
Yep.
If you want to go check out some old stuff. And that's all thanks to our Patreon members. If you want to help support the show, go to patreon.com/GAPodcast. Thank you, everyone that does that every month.
Thank you.
Actually, appreciate it.
You're the best.
And I think that is it. So you got anything else you want to pimp out for this week?
Head to Red Bull. Check out my big interview with Jeff Goodman, the lead hero designer from Overwatch. It's his fault that Briggs fucked. Should have. So send your hate his. No. I talked to him about their new character, Baptiste. And my questions were the fucking best. It was a round table interview, and my questions pro. Basically, I asked him if Baptiste was supposed to kill goats, and yeah, basically they're trying to kill goats, and they should because goats sucks. If you don't know what goats is, go read the article. I explain it in depth. And yeah, that's about it. What else? Oh yeah, and yeah, if you are in Sydney and going to this the Burnt Horizon launch party, I'll be there. Come up and answer some questions for the video thing I'm doing. I'm asking questions on video.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep. Nice. What about you? What do you got?
Cool. You find me on twitter.com/Lawrie. And also
on Twitter, Joey Jojo, but yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've still got stuff going up from Montreal, right, the 6th Invitational. Slowly going up still. It looks like what went up while I was away, my interview with Fnatic. I talked to them about sort of how they felt they went during the competition, sort of what went wrong during the Norengo match. I talked to them about the Australian content, things like that, so you can go check that out.
Nice.
And then, yeah, the one you mentioned before was I talked to Lawrie, the game director of Rainbow Six Siege, about a ping system in the game. I literally was asking him about the ping system, and as soon as I said, like, ping system, he sort of, started just, praising.
Leapt out of his seat.
Yeah, I couldn't finish the question. He was like, I was like, Apex Legends, yes. And then he started going on a rant about Apex Legends and how good it is. So he clearly loves that game. Yeah, and he wants to do something very similar.
Nice.
So,
you know what's weird?
Read that. Yep.
I'm nailing saying Antetokounmpo, and you are not fucking even acknowledging it. It's very weird to me.
Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, but I fucking nailed it fucking 15 times now, and you're like, nothing. I don't even care. Whatever, mate. That was fucking pro shit, and I'm wasted on you.
Yeah.
Fucking pearls before swine is what it is. Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, you can go to survivor.com for that. I've also got 2 others that I've finished. I don't know when they're going up. Maybe today, maybe next week. I've got one about the Australian content. I spoke to the game director and executive producer.
Yep.
So I think that'll be tied up with the launch of Burnt Horizon. So I got some good stuff about that they'll be talking about. I got some good stories about the concept behind those 2 characters and sort of where the ideas of them started and how they evolved over time. Yeah, they had a really good story, which he told me nobody had asked him yet, basically about how that sort of came about, one of those characters, Gridlock, and how it started and how they broke the game, basically trying to create it.
Cool.
Yeah, and then how Mozzie kind of evolved from a combination of Vigil and Dokkaebi was originally one character, and they split it into 3.
Wow.
So yeah, I guess this is the last incarnation of that original character from a while back. Yeah. So some cool stuff
on test
behind
server,
the scenes.
you don't see Dokkaebi at all, dead, gone.
Yeah.
In regular games, every single fucking round, and on the test server, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might have nerfed it a bit too hard. I don't know. I still see Vigil, but yeah, Darkby, Gonzo.
Right.
Interesting. Anyway, yeah. When do those? Do you have to put them onto the site yourself, or?
Yeah, I've got them. I've sent them. Yep, they're up.
Do you just send the copy in, or do you have to put it in?
No, I put them all in, and then I wait.
Oh, they get scheduled. Oh.
Yeah, they get scheduled. Yeah.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah, so that other stuff went up. I think one of them went up today, and then the other stuff went up last week.
That reminds me, speaking of CMSs, I played Doom 3, the Doom 3 mod, in a browser the other day.
Right.
Did you see this shit?
No.
Or at least like a test platform. I played the Doom 3 demo in a browser, which is crazy because when I try to use, there's two different CMSs that I use that fall to fucking bits, and that's literally a fucking word processor that's putting fucking words onto a website, and they fall to bits harder than anything I've ever seen in my entire life, but some motherfucker's got Doom 3 running. That's ridiculous. Fucking hell. Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. Good times.
I think that's it. Yeah. No, it looks like the Fnatic one did well that I put up.
Yeah.
Went around the local scene, so that was good.
Sweet.
Yeah. Otherwise, that's it. I don't think there's anything else I've got going on.
Cool. Cool. Awesome. All right, well, that's it. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.